Oh, hard cut. Okay, we're just back to it. Okay.
I have considered the defense counsel's request for a further summation examination of the jury, and I have determined that the court must uphold the defense's judicial right to this procedure. So, counsel, you will now proceed with your second summation examination. I presume the jury is ready, Mr. Foreman?
We are, my lord.
Very good. In that case, I must ask each of you now to state clearly and concisely for the court the grounds on which you find the defendant guilty of this crime. Part 2.
Here we go again. Didn't expect to be doing the judge first and foremost. It's early in the morning. The juror's contentions. Okay. The accused left behind evidence at the scene, didn't he? Those 3 books of his.
If there was some novel alternative explanation on how the victim was stabbed, I might reconsider.
Even if the woman was throwing books, it can't be related to this crime if the window was closed, can it?
Dearie me, it was only a little book. Hardly life-threatening, even with the direct hit.
That's what a domestic abuser would say. Look, I just want to get this over with. If I don't bring home some pay tonight, I'll be in a tiny bit of trouble. Poor juror number 5.
Come to think of it, we had a fire at home a while ago. It gave me the sneezes.
Thanks, juror number 6.
Yes, considerably more tangible arguments from all the members of the jury this time around, it seems.
Is it?
With one notable exception, of course.
My learned student friend was unable to find fault in the previous witness testimony. So the court must accept the fact there was indeed the accused seen fleeing from the scene, and moreover, smash. No one else was even at the scene to commit the crime.
Well, if the eyewitnesses are correct, it would seem as if the conclusion is somewhat set in stone. I fail to see how it can be argued any other way.
That means, I'm afraid, that during the summation examination, it's essential that you establish some other tangible explanation of the facts.
But how? What would even constitute a tangible explanation here?
Isn't it obvious? Who stabbed the woman, and how? Those 2 details are all you need to provide. Simply give us a name and a method by which the attack was conducted.
And here I was thinking this might be hard.
But Mr. Naruhodo, you have to do it. Otherwise, this really will be where the trial ends.
No pressure then.
That's quite enough preamble. Proceed with the summation examination, please. I presume you are prepared, counsel?
Not really. Oh, yes, my lord. All right, Rinosuke. Focus your mind now.
Slap, slap.
Clearly, the key to this summation examination is going to be juror number 4, the maid, or should I say, Mrs. Garadeb.
We have a book that disappeared from the Garadeb's house on the evening of the incident, and the 4th book found in the victim's hand.
There must be a way to link the 2. Yes, that's what we need to find. Using every technique I've learned in my short career so far, whatever it takes.
Don't forget to keep an eye on Mrs. Garadeb and how she reacts, even to the things other people say.
Oh yeah, we have that feature. It's been a hot minute, yeah. Keep it in mind. Oh no, Rolly is falling asleep! The defense's rebuttal. Let's go. Oh, skipping around? Hold it! You just want to get this over with. How can you sit there and say something like that? A man's future is at stake here. Well, him and me both then, like I said before. What? I told you already, I'm a day laborer, aren't I? If I don't bring home some readies with me tonight... Readies? Readies? You'll find me floating face down in the Thames tomorrow morning. What? You heard me. My missus isn't one to mess about, you know? She can be fierce, believe you me.
Another shining of marital bliss, then.
A situation like this cropped up the other day. It was well... Do you know, it's funny, but I can't quite remember.
Sorry?
It was too frightening, that's the thing. I must have blocked it out.
Helpful.
I wonder if Mr. Beat will ever be dragged into the flames by his scarf.
Don't even go there, Mrs. Otto. There must be some way to jog his memory about this. Yeah, just ask the other abusive housewife. Juror number 6, are we gonna question him now?
Hold it.
Does that have anything to do with your decision about the defendant's culpability in this case? About the sneezes?
Sorry, what's that? You have to speak up, lad.
Could you tell us more about the fire?
It was last winter. My grandchildren baked me a lovely cake on my birthday. It had 75 candles on top, it did. What a sight to behold it was.
You put candles on a cake? What, was it some kind of devil worship?
Of course not! It was an angel cake! To celebrate my birthday, obviously.
It seems that's a common custom here in Great Britain, Mr. Naruhodo.
Anyway, I mustered all my puff to blow them out. Only I must have blown wrong somehow. The flames didn't go out, but the candles went flying all over the room. The furniture caught and everything went up. The whole place filled with smoke.
Definitely sounds like devil worship to me. And by the sneezes, I presume you meant a cold. But how did you catch a cold from the fire?
What a fiasco it was! The grandchildren, bless them, threw water over me as they tried to put out the flames. And then, because the whole room had filled up with smoke, of course, we had to open all the windows to clear it.
The windows?
The biting winter air rushed over me like the devil dancing on my grave, it did. I caught a terrible cold from it. It put me in hospital for a while. I won't forget that birthday in a hurry.
I knew it was devil worship all along. But something about this old man's story is playing on my mind for some reason.
We need to demonstrate who, apart from Mr. Natsume, could have attacked this young woman on the street, as well as how he, or she, could have done it.
Yes, but once again, the jurors' statements are full of personal prejudice. A lot of them seem convinced they're right, even in the face of logical arguments to the contrary.
I think you're going to need to pit them against each other to force them to accept an alternative explanation.
Yes. I don't necessarily need to find contradictions between their assertions. Just a connection might do the trick. Alright, I'll see what I can do. If anything stands out, I'll go in for a strike.
That's the spirit.
Yeah, now we have the candle, the demon, the devil worship. That is actually really wild. Japan used to not put candles on their cakes. I guess that is a very Western concept, isn't it? But it's just so normalized with every culture, like, nationwide now, that it's hard to imagine that at some point it may have been considered something creepy, like a devil worshipping ritual. Yes, anyway, let's pit them against each other. Winter house fires are dire, have to open windows to clear the smoke. That's where the chill gets, you see. Okay, didn't read that, sorry.
These two juror statements clearly contradict one another. Oh my god, no! It's animation.
They do? How exactly?
Don't point me again! I told you, it wasn't me!
What's that you say? Speak up, lad, speak up!
Juror number 3, do you see? Oh, me? See what, sir? Did you hear juror number 6's account of his birthday celebrations last year? It seems, despite being a Londoner, he once opened his windows in the middle of winter.
Well, yes, of course, because it was an emergency. I mean,
Obviously, if the room was filled with smoke from a fire, then you'd be mad not to open the...
Oh!
Exactly. On the day in question, at the time of the incident, there was a fire in the Garadeb household, and Mr. Garadeb had the following to say about it. The whole place filled with smoke.
Oh, my hat!
See? He says the same things as first, and also, Joanne, are you drinking tea? Holy shit. You should get a bigger cup. Excuse me. You good? Juror number 4, do you have something to say about that? Mrs. Garadeb!
Oh, dearie me! What is the meaning of this? How dare you imply that I'm hiding away who I really am?
You are, though. It's imperative you confirm something to the court. So please, it's time to drop the pretense now.
What is it?
When the fire started in your house that day, did you or your husband open the window?
What? I beg your pardon. What are you insinuating?
The room would have been thick with smoke after the carpet and bookcase caught fire as they did. In a situation like that, it's inconceivable that you wouldn't have opened the window.
And what if we did? Oh, all right then. Yes, you're right. My husband was frantically trying to open the window, which can't have been easy since I continued to give him a justly deserved book battering.
Girlie. Even though your house was on fire.
Oh, you never stop throwing until the anger subsides. It would be terribly bad for the nerves to do otherwise.
Of course, I should have realized.
That's a significant step forward, Mr. Naruhodo. You've managed to establish that the window was open. We simply must have that added to Mrs. Garadeb's formal statement.
Now you mention it, yes. The window was open at the time. I'd clean forgotten, but it's true.
I'd clean forgotten. I see. Okay. Hold it! The 4th book found at the scene of the crime shows us very obvious signs of fire damage. And the title of the book is The Lion's Pride. The same title, in fact, as the book that Mr. Garadeb told us he has been reading.
Well, I really couldn't say.
On the day in question, did you or did you not throw at your husband the copy of The Lion's Pride that he had been reading?
I did. It was the first thing I could lay my hands on, so I held it straight at him. And now you come to mention it, yes. He was rather enjoying reading it, you're right.
Why did you not reveal this information to the court from the outset?
Oh, she slapped the Journal 5 again.
Because I couldn't, you insolent little man. I didn't remember. At times like that, you pick up and throw whatever you can lay your hands on as well, you know.
No, I don't know. I really don't. Thank you, Rinosuke.
I barely noticed I was throwing a book, much less the title of it. Oh, there we go. We jog his memory. Oh, God, what is this pose? Are you good?
Excuse me. You good, man? Oh, what is it? Juror number 5.
You know something? I've remembered what it was. The memory I blacked out. I was listening to what this granny was saying. Brought it all flooding back, sorry. Oh, are you calling a granny, you cheeky devil? And she slapped him. I'm Mrs. Garadeb, or the maid, I'll have you know.
The man doesn't even flinch. Please tell me that's not because he's used to being hit all the time.
I know. It was about 2 weeks ago now. I just got back home from work. I'd put a hand in my pocket for the wages I'd earned that day, and I nearly died. There was a hole. Every last penny had dropped out.
Oh dear, what a disaster.
You haven't heard the half of it, boy.
Oh?
The wife was cutting up some chicken at the time. I
I could hardly get the words out, but I told her straight. I've lost the wages, love. Next thing I knew, the blade was whistling past my ear, stuck into the wall next to it. It did. Next to me, it did. About an inch deep.
Oh, no words. Just terror.
I could smell it then, you know? That god-awful stench of the Thames. I was sure I was going to end up face down in the muddy banks that night, I can tell you. Now, that's a real disaster, innit? I'll never use the word lightly again. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is this. When women lose their rag, they'll throw anything at you. Knives, hatchets, hammers, you name it.
Mr. Naruhodo, you mustn't think that all women are so short-tempered and unrefined.
No, I wasn't thinking that.
Throwing household objects at people is, well, it's so uncivilized. At least attack with honor, using a bow or the like.
What? Attack? Who are you going to attack?
Never mind. Anyway, this man's words.
Susato-san, you don't need a bow. You have a Susato takedown.
Could be rather significant, I think.
Alright, we'll come back to the bow and arrow thing later, if I dare. Don't question it, man. A woman in rage will hurl almost anything at you. The kitchen knife really brought that home to me.
Poor guy. Goodness gracious.
Ow! I hit my arm. Hit my funny bone. It's not very funny. Okay.
Objection. Those two statements clearly have a deeply significant connection. He's doing the pose again.
Good grief. You mean they don't contradict each other? Explain, counsel, at once.
Juror number 2, do you think perhaps that this could be one such novel alternative?
Oh, my. Whatever do you mean?
An alternative explanation as to how the victim was stabbed in the back. What are you talking about? We've demonstrated that the 4th book, The Lion's Pride, that was found at the scene of the crime, originated in Mr. Garadeb's room on the top floor of his house. Sorry, I'm rubbing my funny bone, it's really ouchy. Therefore, it's equally possible that some other object, I didn't read that, could have found its way from the Garadeb household to the street below. Hey, what's that now? After all, Mrs. Garadeb could have thrown any number of different objects at her husband. Isn't that right, juror number 4?
What are you insinuating now, you little beanpole?
Fuck you. I'm beginning to think that, ever since the true origins of this book came to light, perhaps she's had a feeling this might be what had happened.
Now you listen here, you Eastern Gala. As the foreman of the jury, I demand a straight answer. Give us this yarn about some other object making its way out of the house, but what? What was it?
I'm really taking a big gamble here. That was a bold accusation to make, but I haven't any real evidence to back it up. But I'm certain that at the very least, this warrants examination. Alright, Mr. Foreman, I'll try to explain the defense's side. I didn't read that. The other object that found its way from the Garadeb household to the scene of the crime was the TGAAC knife. Take that! Juror number 4, Mrs. Garadeb.
What now?
I must apologize in advance for this. Well, how polite. But I need you to confirm something else for the court. This knife. Have you ever seen this knife before?
Good Lord, counsel! What on earth are you doing? That's the weapon that was lodged into the victim's back, man!
My lord! My voice cracked. Remember that when the victim was attacked, Mr. and Mrs. Garadeb were in the throes of an argument. Mrs. Garadeb was hurling anything she could at her husband, who'd been backed up against the window. A window that had been opened to clear the smoke, and through which a book sailed to land at the scene of the crime. The crime scene. I don't know why I struggle so much to read that.
You can't seriously believe that this book was found in the victim's grasp.
Are you saying that it flew out of the window and across the street to land neatly in her hand?
Even my missus hasn't got a name like that.
Yes, I admit, there are many details we don't yet understand. But that's the point. That's precisely why. We must not allow this trial to end. Not right now.
Oh my.
Oh.
Mrs. Garadeb, your answer, please. Have you seen this knife before, or not? Oh, she fainted. We killed her. Oh no, Rinosuke, what have you done? My lord, who is this?
My lord, I wish to change my decision. I'm a woman of my word, after all.
Thank you, madame.
Yes, I agree. I certainly didn't see this coming, but I just don't think it would be right for this trial to come to an end now with so many unanswered questions.
Thank you. Mr. Foreman.
I'd have to agree. Not that I think the granny did it, mind.
Yes, you know what? I'm not quite happy about this at this moment, either. Thanks.
All together, ladies and gents. Grandpa, are you paying attention? Do you know what just happened? Grandpa, can you hear me?
We did it. Oh, congratulations, Mr. Naruhodo.
So, as a result of the defense's summation examination, a number of jurors have changed their minds. 2 jurors called guilty against 4 now calling innocent. Accordingly, the opinion of this court is divided, and this trial will continue.
Oh yeah, we're playing the theme. Are you gonna object, Van Zeeks? Oh no. Fade out, fade out. Let's stop here.